What's up? It's your boy Carcino here, man. And this is a boxing video. Yay! Some of you guys have been like, we need more boxing, man. We need more boxing. Well, let me tell you why I haven't made noticeably a lot of boxing videos lately. If it's a pay-per-view or some big fight, I'll normally get into it. Or you can catch me on the Rope-A-Dope Radio Show with Chris Carlson. It's at Rope-A-Dope Radio on Twitter. Or you can go to BoxingSocialist.com. And the website I co-own with Sean Craddock. There. You can basically determine, see for yourself, and get caught up with all the boxing information in the world you want. That's hours and hours of boxing talk. And me talking boxing for about at least 30 minutes on that platform. I always watch this sport. But the reason why I don't do it too much is because all of these crazy yellow monetization things I get, or I'm trying to promote the fight and somebody wants to try to flag it and steal my videos. It's just too much nonsense without any payback, really. And I'm just like, look, I'm not really mad. I don't make no money talking about Angrio versus Rios. I'm like, are you kidding me? It's ridiculous. So I'm already fighting for my subscribers to get their notifications. So half my day, every day, basically goes to calling and dealing with YouTube. Because it's like a never-ending story of me having problems with my page, live streams not working, and it's just a nightmare. It's been a nightmare. It's been like that all this year. And it's going back last year too, but mainly in January it all kicked off, really. I know why that happened too, but mainly in January. So it's like this. If you want to get your notifications, people, make sure you hit the bell, turn on all notifications. You have to enable YouTube notifications as well. Notifications won't go to subscribers who's disabled notifications on the YouTube app, or if you signed off on the YouTube app. So if you got the YouTube app, like the majority of you do, make sure you go in there and turn your notifications on the YouTube app so that you can get your notifications if you've hit the bell. Yeah, I know. They give you guys all the work to do something simple that's supposed to automatically be done. Now, let's talk boxing. Ruiz versus Joshua 2. Location. Everybody's screaming about the location of the fight. Oh, where are they going to fight? Are they going to fight here? They're going to fight there? Oh, man, where are they going to fight? It's going to be in Mexico. It's going to be here. Andy Ruiz is making a big mistake. He's focused on all this garbage that he doesn't need to be focused on. It's like, what are you focusing on that for? To me, it just really irritates me. It completely irritates me when I see that. It's like, man, what are you doing? Your job should be focused on, I got to beat this dude down in the rematch. I need to get in the gym. He's showing off his house. He's doing everything he needs to do except for getting in the ring. Joshua already got the doubt in his head. He got all the pressure on his back in a rematch. So you might knock him out of fear. He'd be too scared. So, but you don't want to make this look like a Lennox Lewis Hassan Rahman situation where you the champ and then you forgotten about. They be like, oh man, oh yeah, that was just a fluke. So you don't want to be that guy. You want to be the guy that's actually the goods. So get all the things that's from the testing and everything done. Negotiate where you're going to be. But all this, I need this much money and all that. That's typical PBC crap. You know, we don't need that. We just need the fight. Put it in Vegas. People could come and gamble. Let's get it cracking. You know, all this nonsense, this is what people get disinterested in the fight at. The regular casuals who want to see it, and now, you know, they'll bounce from this to something else because they idiots arguing over where the fight gonna be at. Now let's talk Dillian Whyte. I made 3 Dillian Whyte videos, tried to go live, and for some reason my page was all messed up and I couldn't talk about Dillian Whyte's situation and all of these things. Now, from what I know and what I was told is that the board and everybody over there who testing in the UK with Eddie Hearn and all those people, it's not their job to notify the WBC or any other company. That goes to the board of the boxing board. They do all that. So when they said, well, the WBC, they didn't even know about it. That's not Eddie Hearn's job. If he failed to test first, they have to find out what actually happened. So they're going to do an investigation, not like somebody was trying to keep it quiet. But everybody loves a good mystery. So when that happened, they were like, and the fight went on. Oh my gosh. The fight went on because they deemed it like, okay, well, what he took or whatever, this was done in advance. He cooperated with them, did everything he needed to do. Obviously, it didn't help his performance. So whatever he had in his system that the test had before the fact was not a factor that fight night, as he was almost stopped in that fight. Now, how they're gonna deal with that situation, well, that's to be determined later. We saw this happen in New York City. Erik Morales fails the drug test, blames it on some Mexican meat. The fight still goes on. The New York Boxing Committee, like, the hell with y'all, we want our bag, we fighting. So that's my thought on the Dillian Whyte situation. They have tests in place for this. So all these big fights where multi-millions of dollars are at stake, they need to definitely have VADA testing. As for some of these smaller tests, they gotta, I know the promoters might cost them a lot, but you got guys out here dying. So now you're gonna have to go and start putting more padding in these gloves. The referees are gonna have to start watching the fights a little bit closer, because some of these fights that people are letting go on longer is the reason for the tragic accidents we've been having. Because they always don't want to ruin a good fight, and they want to give a fighter's chance. But this is not what they're doing it for. Some of these fights, the fight is over. Okay, this guy's not coming back in the fight. He's not going to close his eyes, swing, and land a lucky blow. He's taking too many punches. The corner shouldn't have to stop the fight. The referee can say, okay, kid, you had enough. And that's part of the referee's job. So to leave that and blame a corner for this and leaving it up to the corner to stop it is negligence. Because the referee, his job is to use his discretion to stop these fights. And he's abusing the system. He's taking advantage of these poor kids who just want to make it and they can't. It's sad. I've seen it. It's sad. Sad to see. But you want to know something? Those families are crushed for life. From just because of one decision you could have made. That guy could have lived to fight another day. These people had kids. Their kids got to grow up without their dad for the rest of their life. Even when the boxing career and everything's over, them kids got to grow up for the rest of their lives without their fathers. You know? And I'm not saying that the reason, you know, they just doing it just to be doing it because they want to see punishment and all this. No, they doing it because of gambling. Because of the spread. They got to cover. Too many people bet. This fight's got to go to distance. Make sure he makes it to distance. I need him to go past 6 rounds. When you start doing stuff like that and you're not protecting the fighters and you're putting their lives in jeopardy just to make a few dollars, that's where the problem ensues. Now people think like, oh, okay, well, now we got to think about putting more padding in the gloves because people are dying. Well, when people are taking too many punches to the head, that's a problem. And 2 people had to lose their lives in a week in order for this to happen. For them to start sitting down, talking and having talks. So when you saw a quick stoppage, they like, hey, that was too quick. What do you think that was going to happen? It wasn't too quick. The guy was not going to come back in the fight. He was done. Live to fight another day. In UFC, as soon as somebody get wobbled, they fall down and hit the ground. Boom! Before the guy can land 2 punches, the referee is tackling the other guy. This is why their fighters get to fight another day. And I told you guys, boxing is the most dangerous sport because they take consecutive blows. It could be blows that you don't even think is hurting the guy. After the fact, you seeing what's happening. You saw what happened in Zab Judah fight. He was in there with a punching monster, and Zab is like in his 40s. Zab was in a coma. He's at home recovering and stuff, but Zab was in a coma. And all for little money. You know, it's not worth your life, man. Your life is more valuable than this money. So let's get on the grind, man. Let's get it going. Let's get it. You know, I understand. But there's other ways to get it, bro. Now, what else you want to talk about boxing? Since we premiering this live on YouTube. Yeah. I'm seeing y'all in the comment section. Yep. Cino's back. Talking boxing. Now. Yeah, screw you too. Now. What we're doing is definitely 100%, without a doubt, pointing out some facts in boxing. I'm sick of this new age boxing company war. Gone was supposed to be the old Golden Boy versus Top Rank versus Main Events versus all these company fighting each other. We don't want to fight him because he's from another company, when boxing companies have been working together for years. You can do your little house shows with your network deals. Everybody knows that. It's not a problem. The only thing is now that is a problem is fighters not fighting each other at the top levels. How are we supposed to know who the best welterweight is if we can't get the 2 best welterweights to fight each other? What they're doing at PBC, I used to be on board for. A lot of the stuff they've been doing now has been more Hollywood BS and promoting of average to less than impressive fighters I've ever seen. You know, most of these guys have turned into divas. They got stylists. They got all these people bringing them to the ring. It's like, dude, that's great. We seen your little Instagram videos. We seen all this and that. We want to see you fight. We seen you buy new jewelry. We see all you guys want to emulate Floyd Mayweather outside the ring. But you fight like like Chud Plobweather in the ring. I don't want to see you fighting like a bum, Glass Joe, when you get in the ring. You supposed to be that guy. Be the guy that you are on the gram. You know, Terrence Crawford is who he say he is. I told you. I told y'all Terrence Crawford was the goods. One, it's not because of his boxing IQ only. Terrence has a supreme confidence about his abilities. And what they're going to try to do is starve him out. Because he went with Top Rank. Oh, we're going to show you. We're going to get all the money and we're going to have all our buddies fight each other. We're going to have Errol Spence fight. He's going to fight Sean Porter. And when he win that fight, we're going to have him fight with Keith Thurman maybe. Or fight Danny Garcia. We're going to mix up this whole PBC box. Meanwhile, Terrence Crawford, who's the champion, sitting over there, and they tried to make it like he wasn't the champion when they put Manny Pacquiao up there. Pacquiao ran from Terrence Crawford, as he should. As he should. Because if you think Terrence Crawford wouldn't have he would have stopped Keith Thurman. Y'all thought y'all was laughing when I said he would. Now do you understand what I'm talking about? Errol would beat Keith. All he got to do is walk Keith down. That's it. Once he get to Keith Thurman and start bringing the offense to him and start walking him down and going to his body, oh, he's done. He going back to run time, baby. Man, we've seen this on I don't know how many levels. I don't know how many levels. Seen it done. Well, if we look at the fate of the game now, you got a lot of the top ranked fighters. They got to deal with ESPN, so now Showtime is going to be harder to make the fight. Yes, ESPN work with Showtime. They have no problem. Fox and ESPN, if they want to do a deal for a major pay-per-view, they can always co-promote. You saw HBO and Showtime do it when they did the Pacquiao Mayweather. They have no problem in doing it. I'm quite sure, and I know everybody wants to have that. It's just their show, and they don't have nobody to split the money with. That's cool. But when you don't have the people with you that could actually get it done, like, get it done, then, you know, it is what it is. Mike Tyson, let me see what other questions y'all had. If Mike Tyson hit Floyd Mayweather, I mean, that's heavyweight. I'm not talking about, oh no, why Mike Tyson don't like Floyd Mayweather. He likes Floyd. You gotta understand, Floyd is what Mike wanna be. Mike had all that stuff Floyd had, and lost it in like less time. He had nobody around to help him keep it. Floyd is able to maintain it. And Floyd breaking the 50-0 and all this stuff, and he just annoyed that Floyd, the guy who was under him, looking up to him, has basically surpassed him. So any chance he get, he try to dump on him. You know, it's just that it irks him. You know what I mean? It irks him. I get it. But it just irks him. I think that Floyd was a more disciplined fighter than Michael. I mean, we all knew that. That's the difference between the two. Tyson lost his discipline. He couldn't balance the outside life and the ring life. Floyd can do it. Different mentality. Out of today's fighters, who do I think is the best pound for pound? Pound for pound, Terrence Bud Crawford, Canelo. After that, it's a gumbo pot. I mean, how much credit do you give Pacquiao for beating Keith Thurman? Depends on where you rank Thurman. Where do you rank Wilder? Where do you rank Tyson Fury? The heavyweights don't count. What about the super middleweight division? I'm thinking they got enough to do a tournament a little bit now. You can bring back the Super 6. Remember the Super 6? Yeah, it was serious. You can bring that back. I love the Super 6. That was just too much. Like, people was fighting back to back to back, but they all made good money. Well, it was to promote Andre Ward, really. Because Andre Ward had so many injuries. It was the greatest thing ever for him. Andre Ward was supposed to fight, to find out who was the best and all of this. We already knew he was the gold medal winner. And stylistically, he would just beat all these guys. And the way they pulled out of that fight with Andre Dirrell, I already knew what Dirrell was. So when they were supposed to fight each other and they pulled out because they were like, oh, we can get more money down the road. And I'm like, dude, y'all running the tournament. So it's crazy. Just crazy. Wow. I'm looking at a lot of different elements coming into play when you talk about like how things should go, should they play out. I'm thinking maybe, just a maybe, this is a thought I'm thinking out. Maybe Errol Spence fighting Terrence Crawford, mega pay-per-view next May. Pacquiao Mayweather 2, how does it play out if it happens? Okay. Mayweather and Pacquiao once again, right? Running away with me. I think that Mayweather beats him It might be a little closer this time. Floyd is a bit older, been out of the ring for quite a while, still in his 40s, but still, Manny Pacquiao is not the same Manny Pacquiao he was in 2015 either. And Keith Thurman is not Floyd Mayweather. And those Keith Thurman punches was hurting Manny, but Keith wasn't really going to the body the correct way. He was effective, but Floyd knows how to be sharp and score and move and get out and make Manny unsure of himself about throwing punches. Manny has to be really selective because Floyd can hurt him and possibly put him down. You saw this Manny run out of gas in like 6-7 rounds. He had to, pace his energy. Still got that pop early, but he had to respect Floyd power also. And people forget, once Floyd fights somebody, he know him. The second fight, everybody like, yeah, he been in there with Floyd, so he can learn Floyd. Floyd learned you too. And the second rematches are not really close at all. You saw the fight when he fought. Everybody thought the only time Mayweather really lost a fight, the Castillo fight. I'm like, Floyd got injured in the fight. And he fought like a champion and won the fight. Now, at the end of it, Castillo got the rematch, and the fight wasn't even close. Wasn't close. Then Madonna rematched him. Second fight, wasn't close. So now he fight Manny Pacquiao again. Might be worse for Manny. Might be worse off for him. But they're thinking like this is going to be Ray Leonard versus Tommy Hearns part 2, and how exciting that fight was. Because they slowed down enough to make an exciting fight. That wasn't the case. The first fight was exciting. The first fight, they were two undefeated welterweights going at it. That's the same attitude they brought to the second fight. They didn't throw. It wasn't about wins or loss. Tommy wanted to avenge what had happened that year where he got robbed and they just stopped the fight. So he was so disappointed over that. No matter how many championships he won, he had to have that fight. And he won the second fight, by the way. Even Ray Leonard concedes that fight to him. It was a draw, but he's like, Tommy won that fight. What else? You think Wilder's a hoax? He doesn't have any. He's the worst heavyweight champion boxer I've seen. He has no boxing skills. Well, look, I'll tell you this right now. Everybody he didn't face have hit the canvas. Everybody he been in the ring with, they were laying on the canvas. So you can talk about Wilder isn't the greatest champion. He don't jab correctly. He don't move around the ring. That dude put people on their back. And he's only a natural 212 pounds. You hear me? 212. 212 pounds. I'm 215. He 212. When he hit people, these guys are like 230, 245. He hitting these dudes, you know where they going? Night, now. Sleep. Snoring. No pillow needed. I'm good. I got my gloves. Sleep. You seen his back? That's the kind of back that could pull a trailer. You ever heard it, the gun sound, shotgun blast sound when he hits somebody? Poof. That's just through the television. Do you know what it sounds like live? Do you know what that does to an arena when they see it? Do you know what it sounds like when it's on Instagram clicking thousands and thousands and thousands of times? Say what you want about Deontay Wilder can't do this and can't do that. That guy, that man right there, he got that X factor. So, of course, Fury can outbox him and move around and do different things, but when you got that X factor, brother, ain't too many things can stand up against that. If you can deal with it and you can go ahead and do what you got to do and survive it, you can have more boxing knowledge than trained and been training since you 2. And once you get hit, boom, and them sometime power, you just can't get around it. So it is what it is, brother. Mikey Garcia. Okay, you feel Mikey Garcia is protected. Regis Prograis, if he fought Mikey would be asleep. That would be a great fight. They wanted that fight. And Mikey Garcia and them, they chose a business decision. Mikey is more of a businessman than a fighter. I mean, really, boxing don't motivate him like that. He's not really that motivated by boxing. He tells you in all his interviews, like, they pushed me into this. It's wasn't really. He's like, I got a love for it a little bit, but it's provided for me and my family, and they safely guided him. He's a good, decent boxer. He beat some guys that I felt like, man, if they would have done their homework, they could have got him. But it is what it is, man. It's a lot of people out here, doing stuff, and they probably shouldn't be doing. And they have an off night. But Mikey Garcia, he never should have fought Errol Spence. But they got what they wanted out of it. They wanted to build Errol. They knew Mikey couldn't hurt Errol at all. But they paid him handsomely for his undefeated record. And they were able to make a pay-per-view out of it. And basically make some quick dollars to make Errol look like the destructor he is. Now, they got Sean Porter, Errol Spence. And they doing a good job of letting Errol talk. He went to being the Sugar Ray Leonard guy. See, Ray Leonard was all about this kid when he first was coming up on NBC, PBC. Oh, this guy's like a young Sugar Ray Leonard. He even looks like you, Sugar. Well, that's what I say. But now Sugar Ray Leonard dumps on him every chance he get because his mouth and the people he associated himself with led him down this road. When he was a respectful young kid from Texas, very humble, that kind of upbringing and everything was going to bring sponsors and everything else, but everybody like, oh, he too boring. He now all of a sudden he talking smack all the time. He, hanging around with the doggone Charlos because they got the same trainer. And that's a bad mix right there. That's a bad bunch of apples. So you got that bad bunch of apples hanging out with him. Eventually that's going to rub off on him. And there you go. So, is he going to beat Porter? Yes. But it'll be a well-earned victory because this will be a first champion welterweight that he's fought. So it's like he's finally finna have a real welterweight fight. Even though Sean don't have the skills, he still think it's 3rd and 7. And he's got to pick up some, get that first down. It's 3rd and 7. So, I don't know. He's going to put that helmet on and just go charging in there. But Sean Porter is such a nice guy. It's like, man, dude, he's a really nice individual. So you're like, man, you don't want to root against a guy like that. You just like, man, dude, you're really nice, but you just can't box. Man, you just can't box, dog. And if he decides to try to box, you know, that's his problem. He was trying to box. At this point in his career, he's like, I'm going to try to box. That's why Ugas was whooping his brains in. Now, Ugas, who beat up on Gato, who trained himself, because the father's with the brother now, and then he got the sister in there. That was disgusting. Whoever worked for Fight Hype, shame on y'all. Y'all filming the sister. That's ridiculous. That was ridiculous. Y'all filmed my man's sister, man. And I'm like, what are y'all filming the sister for? Like, what did she do? She's wearing a cat suit. I mean, she looked just like the guy. And he had moves and everything. Figueroa, and, you know, he got moves. Omar, but he was never going to beat Ugas. Ugas has got too much. He's a solid 147. He just get drunk all the time and eat too much. And he can't make 140. So, it is what it is. It's a shame what happened to him. He just ruined his career a lot. Just by drinking and eating all the time and just partying too much. And ballooning up and fighting with his dad. He keeps getting injured because he's got the Keith Thurman syndrome. Boxing is mental, baby. You got to be able to get around these obstacles or it's going to bite you. And I can't be there to protect everybody. Straight up. So what else you want to talk about? That's boxing. Oh yeah, this is it. The end of the Durrells. Anthony, the one I like, is finally finna have his last fight. It's gonna be his last year in boxing. He was already talking about it. Anthony, you've done well. You've done very well with your career. You know, so it's time. You know, you put Flint on. You was holding it down. You was a lot better than your brother than me. Because you had the mental aspect of this game. But this is going to be a very brutal going out. You know, because he's going to try to give it everything he got. And he's going to be in there with a monster. David Benavidez is no joke. And people at 168, they're going to be in for a hell of a surprise. Hell of a surprise. Because Caleb Plant's supposed to fight the winner of this. And I don't think they're going to do that just this early. But that's why I said 168, that's the division to watch. It's popping. It's popping like popcorn. Oh, they going to have a good action fight on this week. So I'm definitely going to be tuning in and watching that. So hopefully everybody's caught up with this one video. That's that. You know, what's happening with Canelo and why they all mad at Golden Boy and what's going. Well, you wanted to attach yourself with Oscar De La Hoya. Canelo is stuck with Golden Boy. And they're mad because Canelo didn't know anything about losing his belt. And they're like, dude, you making this many millions a fight. Why do you care about a belt? I didn't want to lose my IBF title. I wanted to defend it. I wanted to get all the belts. He was, man, who cares about that belt? We ain't finna take that fight for no less money and pay them that. You making like this many millions per fight. Are you nuts? And now there's the Zone is mad with Golden Boy because they're like, look, we had an agreement with you that in September, you know, that we was going to do the fight with Triple G. Now, that violates the Muhammad Ali Act. Like, you can't even go into a deal and make a fight. They ain't even negotiated. You can't do that. So now they're going to have to go to court and go and get lawyers to straighten all this mess out. But that just goes to show you how they've been deceiving the public all along. But that's why the Zone, which is an international company, that's why they would sign Triple G. They signed Triple G so they can get whatever they can out of him with this Canelo Triple G thing. This is why they gave Canelo $300 million. They're like, we didn't give you $300 million to beat up on Danny Jacobs and Rocky Fielding. What do you think we signed this bum Triple G for? So he could beat up some no-name Canadian? And we gonna just keep losing our shirt? No! We ain't pay you to hang out. We paid you so that we can build and get our money back with this Triple G fight. Hell, we know he can't beat you. We just need the money from the people that think he still can after watching 2 fights. So, with that being said, you're looking at a situation in which I think possibly, and I don't even want to talk about Ryan Garcia. I'm going to just get mad. But Canelo, he's stuck. He can't leave. I mean, why would he leave? He's getting millions and millions of dollars out of Golden Boy. Millions. So he made about $90 million this year. $90 million already. So it's like, dude, you're having a heck of a year. What are you crying about? So on that note, I'm out.